So my name is George, and I am a CNA. My origin story started out when I wanted to go into a medical career ever since I was young. But there was some dramatic experiences that happened, but I decided to go into medical field because I wanted to help other people in need, not only my community, not only my city, but the whole state, the whole country, and hopefully internationally in the world. In 2012, unfortunately, my dad was deported to Tijuana, Mexico after living here for 40 plus years. And I had to go over there to live in Mexico for about 4 years, where I lived over there across the border to go to high school and over the border in a US school. And although that did overwhelm me a lot, I decided to still volunteer locally at a church my dad went to. And they needed people who were able to speak English and Spanish because there was a lot of people during the Haitian and South American crisis who were trying to lead political asylum from the United States. And I decided to volunteer in interpreting for the people who spoke English for the people from Haiti, and witnessing these people who came across different borders, different countries, not having nothing, just made me feel sad for them and not being able to do nothing at all. I said to myself, I wanted to go into nursing. I wanted to go into a career where I can help people. And that's what I decided to do after doing that.
So I met George a little less than a year ago. I met him through a volunteer event that he was doing for our program. This is just where I kind of got to know him as an individual. That's when I realized he really enjoys volunteering. I found out he has a passion for school and nursing, as well as just helping other individuals.
In some aspects, it was difficult for me to come back without my father, but it was a culture shock for me because me being someone who was born here, as well as my mom and brother, and living here all my life, I knew this is my home here back home, and I knew I was leaving a big part of my life back in Mexico, which is my dad. And yes, it was crucial that I was leaving something behind, but it was for the best. My mom and dad spoke about it, and we all spoke as a family saying that it's a different life for us, and I think it's best for us to come back home over here to Oxnard. I understood that I wanted to go to nursing for a very long time after I came back from Mexico, but I just thought of all the fees I would have to pay for in terms of going into medical field. And I decided to seek out resources as I was going to Oxnard College. So I heard about Goodwill through a friend of mine when I participated in the Ventura X Games in 2023 in the summer. I like to network with lots of my people around the area, and this person who I spoke to, she was older than me, but she was a very active person, you can tell, and I let her know that my goal is to go into nursing. And she asked me, do you have your C9 license? And I said, well, I'm trying to get there at the moment, but I know I have to still do some classes and whatnot. And she says, well, you should check out Ventura Training Institute. I got my CNA certification through there, and I'm a CNA with my license and everything. And I said, okay, but I don't have really the fee to pay for that, the money, because it costs quite a sum of money to pay. And she says, well, don't worry about that. I got a sponsorship to Goodwill. But she says, hey, they're partnered with Goodwill. You should check them out and send up the application and call them up and see if you could do it. And that's what I did. I decided to call Ventura Training Institute, let them know that I'm looking for a sponsorship that I saw through their website. And they said, okay, here's a form, sign it, and we'll get back to you. And within, I would say, 1 or 2 days later, I got an email from Goodwill from just letting me know that they would like to get in contact with me and speak about the program they would like me to get into so they can sponsor me for the CNA class.
So George came in for help financially trying to do a CNA program at Ventura Training Institute, which is where we paid his full tuition to do that. For his services, it was more financial or resources available. He didn't necessarily come in looking for a job, so it was just finding the resources for his CNA courses, tuition, any materials that he needed, as well as the exams that he had to take afterwards.
I would say Goodwill has given me a lot of support in terms of letting me know about different resource career fairs that they have, job fairs. Getting me ready for career development. So I come from Oxford College at the Career Center. I already had lots of the stuff I needed to do, but I at least had someone in the background to help me throughout the process of knowing that there's outside resources in the community, not only in my college, but also outside outdoors as well. So in terms of Goodwill helping me, they helped me get an idea of career development if I wanted to seek opportunities within Goodwill or without outside Goodwill. And I'm grateful that they were able to give me lots of the career development skills that I have now, and let anybody else know that there is resources out there that can help many people in different age groups seek out career advice, anything else they would like to seek out.
Yes, so the Ventura County Next Gen program is a program where we help young adults from ages 14 to 24, both in school and out of school. We help them build skills that they need in order to find employment. So for example, we have 3 different workshops that they do while they're in the program. One being financial literacy, which is teaching them how to manage their money, what to do with that first paycheck, what do you need for a savings account, how do credit cards work, all the financial information that they need, employment prep, seeing what skills that they have in order to build that resume in order to send to jobs, and customer service, teaching them how to de-escalate different situations in customer service, as well as taking an exam for that. We also provide different supportive services, so if they need help with transportation or maybe work for clothing, textbooks, we help with that as well as different incentives. They get gift cards for completing different milestones in the program. We also have volunteer experiences as well as the paid work experience, which is up to 150 hours at a community partner.
I see myself in 5 years becoming a registered nurse. Specifically, I would like to become a travel nurse, because after that experience I endured in Mexico, helping out those people in need at the border, I wanted to become something that I wanted to help out not only my city, but in my community, the state, and otherwise internationally, because we have to understand that there's not that much support in other countries and other states. Sometimes they need their own low staff, and I want to be out there and support many people and that I can. And that's why I decided to go into nursing, and the end result, me becoming a travel nurse in the next 5 years.